What up, everybody? So, got a bunch of stuff again. So, this must be my review of the Holy Stone X300C. And here's the really cool looking quad right here. I gotta say, I really dig this design. I like the funky spaceship looking ones, and this one looks like a really funky spaceship. This thing is really, really cool looking. I have to say that. I really like the design of it. So let's talk about the bad real quick. It's not too much bad actually. This is a first person, the camera's right here. This is a first person view camera quad. It's got the Wi-Fi antenna nicely tucked under the battery bay. So it is a camera quad, so it's kind of geared for taking pictures. So part of the bad is that it doesn't have a lot of pitch. In mid rates, the pitch isn't very deep. So this thing has a tendency to rise when you give it full throttle, even with full forward pitch. So the pitch isn't deep enough. I wish it was deeper. This thing would be so awesome if the pitch was deeper. And then the camera's okay. It's actually just a VGA camera. It's not high definition. The Wi-Fi signal is okay. It cuts out sometimes. You can't fly these like this type of Wi-Fi FPV purely in first-person mode. There's just too much delay. And if you're just looking at the video, you put a phone here or some sort of device, and if you're just looking at that, depending on it to fly, you're most likely going to crash or lose it because of the delay. The yaw, it has 3 rates, and the yaw does change. High rates, this is an X series, so high rates, like all the X series, is auto flip mode. So high rates is basically mid rates with auto flip. So it has 2 yaws. The yaw in low is really slow. The yaw in mid rates and high is okay. It could be a little bit faster. That's why I'm going to list it with the bad points. It could just be a little bit faster, but it's an okay yaw. It's decent. I'm not mad at it, but it could be a little bit faster. And then it's got a weird lighting configuration. So it's got, I think, green in the back and then blue and red in front. So the front blinks, and so the front is constantly blinking back and forth, blue and red, and then these ones stay solid, which is kind of weird. But it works okay. You can actually tell the orientation pretty easy because these aren't, the ones in the back aren't blue. These are blue and red, so it's okay, but they don't shine through this silver body very well. So that's kind of a negative more than the blinking lights. You have to be looking up at it to really get orientation at night, but it's doable. I fly it at night and I have fun with it. I just kind of keep it a little bit higher. So other than the pitch and auto flip in high rates, which I don't like at all. Other than that, that's all really bad I gotta say about it. This thing is cool looking. It flies very, very well. It's really smooth. It's gear driven. The gears are down here and they're all protected, and it's got these crazy soft rubber landing feet. These are like some of the best landing feet I've ever had. So let's go into the good, since I kind of already did. So it's a very nice flyer. It's very quiet. It has a really cool sound with the gear props. These the props that it comes with I really like. They're big and fat. They got a decent amount of pitch. They're real nice propellers. And battery life is pretty good. So you get about 8 or 9 minute flights with this, even with the camera on, so that's pretty good. It does come with a 750 milliamp hour 3.7 volt battery, and it actually comes with two of these. Holy Stone usually packages most of their quads with a couple of batteries, which, you know, I think is amazing. I think everybody should do that. Two batteries would, you know, help people forget about the short flight times with these toy quads. So, but the flight time with this is pretty good. It does pretty nice funnels. They're a little wide because the yaw isn't super fast. Actually, if the pitch was a little deeper, it would do tighter funnels than it does, even with the yaw that it has. This thing is extremely durable. I've had a couple bad crashes, and you can see that kind of separated right here. Got a little dent. I mean, that was a bad crash. That was straight down from about 25 feet, and it just dropped. I got it stuck in a tree. And when I knocked it out of I actually flipped it out of the tree, and when I flipped it out of the tree, it came down directly like that onto the ground, and there was a little separation there, but that's it. It's not weak. There's no brakes or anything. It still flies and sounds just like it did when I pulled it out of the box. So extremely durable. So yeah, I like this quad. Actually, the first time I flew it, you know, I really wanted it to be really fast, sporty, like it looks. So my first flight, I was a little disappointed, but it's one of those things where, you know, I wish every quad was exactly how I want it, but they're not. And this one is not exactly what I want in all quads, but you know, once you get over that initial disappointment and just fly it for what it is, this thing's awesome. It's fairly quick. It banks pretty well. It looks really cool flying. It sounds cool. And it has long flight times. So I really like this quad. I actually, it's grown on me way faster than some of the other ones that I had to let grow on me. So this thing is good. I would recommend this. I think this is more of a beginner quad. I think, you know, maybe intermediates would like this too. Advanced people, if you just want a really cool looking quad, and maybe you want to swap out boards and put something a little bit sportier in here, you know, that would be awesome. But beginners, this thing is awesome for beginners. It's got a slow yaw rate and low, and the pitch isn't very deep, so you can learn, and it's very, very stable. I mean, it'll just hover with no hands on the transmitter. So very stable, easy to fly. So yeah, beginners, intermediates, you know, advanced people, if you just want something cool looking, this thing's really nice. So it comes with a transmitter that most of the larger X series quads and hexes come with, the same transmitter as the X600. You know, there's a bunch of products of the X series that have this transmitter. You can totally switch the sticks, so your throttle is on this side, and all you have to do is click these buttons. So that's pretty nice if that's what you use. It has a throttle control knob, so you can limit your throttle. If you're a beginner, you can limit it so it doesn't shoot up in the air super fast. That's pretty cool. It has this is the flip key over here, and the weird X series thing is you actually give input before the flip, before you hit the flip button, which is totally opposite of everything else, but that's how you do it with these X series if you want to flip them any direction besides front flips. If you just press this button without giving input, it'll just do a front flip over, and you know, every time you hit it, it'll just do a front flip. And then if you hold this button down for 3 seconds, you can put it into headless mode and it'll give you some beeps to let you know. And headless mode, it works pretty good. I go through this every time I talk about headless mode. Works for a while and then kind of gradually loses its heading. That's how all the toy quads are. I haven't had one that kept its heading for longer than maybe 20 seconds or so, but it works well at first. And then this is the one key return when you're in headless mode, and it works pretty good as long as the thing still has its heading. If you're spinning the yaw and doing circuits or whatever and you lose heading, then it's just going to fly backwards to whatever it thinks the heading is. So it works good initially, but once it loses heading, I wouldn't press it. You can switch your aileron and rudder to opposite sides with this button if you like to fly in mode 4, I believe it is. And then this is the rates button, and like I said, it's got 3 rates, but high rate is auto flip mode, so it's pretty much unusable. I don't understand auto flip mode. I'm not sure if there's anyone on the planet that likes it, but that's what it has. So this is where you put your phone or your device, and it holds it pretty good. It's got little grippers, not too bad. So I like this transmitter. It's a real nice transmitter. I fly the X900 with this and the X800 with it. It's a nice transmitter. So like I said, it comes with 2 750 milliamp hour batteries, and these take about an hour to charge or so. You do get 2 of them, and it also comes with 2 USB charging cables, so you can actually charge both your batteries at the same time. Screwdriver, and it does come with a full set of spare props. They're in the box still. I didn't take them out because they're all taped up, but you do get a full set of spare props, and it comes pre-installed with this large prop guard ring thing. It's pretty light, but it's pretty stiff where the props are, so I think it would do a good job of protecting the props. If you're a beginner, leave it on. It'll save you some time and money. If you're experienced at all, take it off, because this definitely affects the flight performance, and it's it'll make it wobbly and stuff. But beginners, it's a good thing, and it's easily removable. It just clips on. You don't even have to take the propellers off, so that's pretty awesome. And then you also get this pair of safety glasses. I'm pretty sure they got most of these from Brett the Hitman Hart, but it does come with them, and yeah, it comes with them. So that's a little bonus that Holy Stone puts in, and they work to protect your eyes, so that's pretty good. So like I said, the first person view is okay. It's not bad. After the credits, I'll have some onboard flight footage. If you stick around after the thanks for watching credits, you can see some of the first person camera. It's more, you'll just see the camera. I don't have any footage of like the device hooked up and seeing it. It's a little difficult and never really comes out that great, but I will throw up some camera footage after the credits. It does have a real nice manual. Holy Stone does a good job. It's all English. There's no Chinese. It tells you everything you need to know, except like all the X series that I've got. I cannot figure out how to recalibrate it. I'm assuming it recalibrates itself when you turn it on, but it's not in any of the X series instruction manuals that I have. So, but the manual is pretty nice for everything else. So I'm gonna actually do an indoor demo of this. I have a bunch of footage of flight footage of this already, so if you want to see more of that, please check out my other videos. but I'll do an indoor flight demo and show you the pitch and the yaw and a little bit of flying, so you can see that you can actually fly this pretty nice inside if you have a little bit of room. And yeah, let's take another look at it. It's really cool. So I do recommend this quad for beginners, intermediates, or anyone that just wants a cool looking quad. Maybe want to swap out the boards. If you're an advanced pilot, put a JJ1000 board in there or something like that, and this thing would be cooking. But I do really like this quad, especially the design. I think it's cool. So, all right, let's check out the flight footage and we'll call this a review. What's up everybody, so this is going to be the indoor flight demo of the Holy Stone X300. I'm going to do it in here just to show you the pitch and the yaw, and do a little bit of flying, show you can fly it inside. To bind these X series, you turn on the quad and then you turn on the transmitter and then you bind it twice before it'll engage. So this is on low rates, just gonna go low and mid rates on this. High rates is auto flip. The yaw is the same as the mid rates, and then it just flips all the time when you give input. So we're just gonna skip that. So this is in low rates. So super stable. Holds a really nice hover. Really nice. This would be a really nice beginner quad. So let's check out the yaw and low. And there it is, it's real slow. Really slow and low. So this is a good beginner mode. And let's check out the pitch. Not a lot of pitch and low. Really good beginner mode. You know, I think this would be a great learning quad. So stable and really nice to fly. Alright, that's the pitch and the yaw and low. Oops. Bump it up to mid rates, get it back over here. So here's the yaw in mid rates. It's pretty good yaw, not too bad. Could be a tad faster, but not too bad at all. So that's the yaw in mid rates, and that's the same yaw you get in high rates. So check out the pitch. So pretty good. That's probably the biggest complaint that I have of this. Not the yaw, it's the pitch. It just needs to be deeper so you can get this thing going faster, but that's what it is. So pretty good though, so it's not bad. I like this thing, it's fun. Let's do a little bit of flying here. This thing is fun. It's not bad inside, you know. It'll hold a nice little funnel if you have a little bit of room like I do here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's a flight demo without a durability test, right guys? So, alright, so let's see if I'll show you a flip real quick. There's a flip. For those of you who want to see the flip. The MJX thing, so you got to give input for side flips and back flips before you actually press the flip button. Makes no sense to me, but that's how it is. But there's the flips and a little bit of flying, and I think that's good enough for the flight demo. Oh, and it's LVC, so that's perfect. A little lander over here by the bananas, and call it a review.